Hi, welcome to the GF channel. Today we're trying to install MPV cruise control module. That's the brain of the cruise control to our 626. Why am I doing this? Well, I was scrolling through the documentation of the MPV, not documentation but user manual, and I'm interested in that part. So they have the same lever. When you tap it up or down, it has a tap up feature that allows you to increase your current speed in increments of 1.6 kilometers per hour, 1 mile per hour. So this one I want. The 626 does not have this. I cannot show you any user manual because mine is in German, and I do not speak German, and I do not have any manual for European 626, only for American 626, which doesn't have such a switch. They have buttons on the steering wheel. Anyhow, the idea was, can I get a box, a brain out of it that has this? And then I started digging. It's hard with documentation because you have to speak multiple languages, which I do not have as an ability, only English and Bulgarian, my native language. So I found one in Russian. I know this is Cyrillic, maybe scary to you, but the idea is to check everything about the cruise control, everything I could find. It's not searchable document, so it's hard to actually figure it out. That's the documentation that I found, and you can see, first we start with the switch. This is the switch, and these are the different positions that we have. So let's compare them and see if we are gonna have a match. Where is mine? Mine is here. So this is cruise control actuator. Yes, these are there. So we have 68 ohms for R1. R1 is resume accelerate. If we switch back, the resume accelerate one is again R1, again 68 ohm. R2 set 198. R2 set 198. 418 we have for R3, which is the cancel. Cancel R3, 418. So switch absolutely the same. There is no difference in the switch. It has the same values. Perfect. Then the actuator itself, it looks different, as you can see. It has all different wiring, but let me find. Do we have it? It doesn't have. They do not have to measure the resistance of the actuator, but they do have this in Russian. For pull, hold, extend, and release. If you check, they have it the same. I did use Google Translate for this. This is release for sure, and you can see the release is the same. So they just swapped B and C, I believe. B came here, B became C, and C became B. But basically it is absolutely the same as signals. And now, was it on top? Yes, here, that's the pin out of the thing. And we go letter by letter. Let's find our pin out. Letter by letter. So, vent 1, vacuum, vent 2, and cruise control set indicator. So we have 1, not gonna translate it. So this one is the vacuum. Then we have vent 2, then indicator, cruise. Up to now, all good. Then we have meter 10 amp fuse and main light indicator. So meter 10, and there is a difference here, but the difference is because they skipped letters. So E, there's F missing, they directly go to G. So they just skipped the one for cruise main because as the 626 it doesn't have cruise main, the facelift version doesn't have cruise main on the dashboard. So they just skipped F, and directly on G is for the OD off. So this is the same thing here. This thing means automatic transmission. Then the H is brake switch, and stop signal. This is brake switch also. Then I, we skip, it's a test link. Diagnostic, yeah, that's also test here. We continue. J is supposed to be for the clutch. J, this is for position of the automatic one or clutch. And then case again, brake switch. Yes, K, brake switch. Then we have the input from the cruise control switch. Yes, again, you can see the test procedure. This is for the cruise control, L. Yeah. Then we have again brake switch on the M. Stop signal of 2. Yes. Again, it's brake. Then we have VSS on N, and this is speed from the instrument cluster. Then we have again to the cruise control for the on position, the same thing. Yes, on, you can see the on here, ignition switch to on, and ground. So pin out absolutely the same. And I thought, okay, let's grab one, buy one, and see what happens. So I did try to search in Europe. I did not find anything in Europe, and I bought this from the States. It cost 16 bucks and another 14 to get it to here. Total 30 bucks for this thing. I'm hoping it's working. In theory, the only thing that could go wrong, since everything matches, is the VSS is different. So we have different form of the VSS. That's the thing that I cannot test, because here, if you check this table for the VSS, it says that if you return the front tire, it should alternate between 0 and 5. This is because it's a duty signal between 0 and 5, but how many impulses we are gonna get, it's the main question. If you come here and check again, where is it? Yes, same thing. If you rotate front wheel, between 0 and 5. So it is the same for testing, but who knows what actually the VSS, how many signals the VSS gives feeds to this thing. So that's the only thing that could go wrong in that thing. Now I'm gonna just plug it in and see if it's working. Okay, let's go. Mount it. Set. Okay, it is set. Is it holding? Yes, it is holding. So now, increase with 1. No. It's actually pulsing. So it's now releasing. My car is slowing down, doesn't hold. Okay, I'll hit, accelerate with 1. Yeah, it does accelerate, but it's odd. It is odd. It's definitely something odd. Let me try again. Set. And the set is blinking, so something is off. You can see here for a moment. Okay, now it's cruising. Now it has been set properly. I hit increase, it increases. It really does increase. I hit increase again, nothing happens. I'm actually decreasing. Hit increase, oh, I'm increasing. So there is something off. I'm gonna try with the module. Actually, I'm gonna place it stable, so I'm sure there's nothing like when it's moving, flopping around. There might be an issue there, and see what happens. Okay, check this out. Cruising, and now I'm on neutral gear, and I'm gonna use the handbrake to slow down. You see this? This is not supposed to do like that. So it's not that it's not supposed to do like that, but it's different than the one from the 626. The one from the 626 will actually cancel at some point. When the speed doesn't actually increase, it's gonna figure out, well, just cancel. So it seems like a bit dumber, this logic, and also the way, because I drive it for a while now. I still haven't went and placed it here. I'm just circling around and test it. It seems to me like it's pulsing, so it increases to the speed, then then it just releases the actuator, and when it gets down like 5 kilometers, it presses again the gas, so it behaves differently. But definitely, while not filming, I tested with the increasing of speed. It works. With one tap, I increase the speed. I believe I increased it with more. I'm not quite sure. The other interesting thing is it actually stops the cruise control at exactly the same speed. So by documentation, it should be 40 kilometers per hour when the cruise control should disable itself. With my car, it's a little bit more, between like 45, maybe something like that. On both the 626 original one and this MPV one, they do exactly the same. They stop the cruise control when the speed falls below 45. So they do. To me, this seems like the logic understands the VSS. It's not like it doesn't understand the VSS. But then again, there are odd things like it doesn't want to turn on every time. Sometimes it does it from the first time. Sometimes I need to hit it a few times. I do not know if that's because the box there is actually floating around, or there is another issue. We'll see once I place the box back. We'll see if it fixes the issue. Okay, so I decided to place it on the spot where the original one was. This is the original one, and to show you that the metal plank to which it holds to actually is exactly the same. I don't have the original from the MPV, but the 626 one fits perfectly. In order for you to actually get it off, you have to place a screwdriver here and pull. I used this hole here so I can place this bolt in the hole, and I can pull with one hand and with the other punch it. It works beautifully. Now I'm gonna place it back, mount everything. I'm not gonna screw it, just mount it so I can drive decently, and see if that fixes the issue with strange behavior of the turn on, because the driving behavior, I believe you cannot fix. It's just like that. So let's do that and see. Okay, everything here is mounted. It's stable. I hit set and it directly cruises. That's good. Okay, it increases. Keeps the speed. Seems good. Everything seems good. Have to stop now. does seem good. Now the left turn is green. Let's hope I can catch it. Yep, I do. Okay, third gear. This time I hit resume. It resumes, no issues. Accelerates, exactly the same spot. And there's a red light again. Okay, this red light was short. Hit resume. Resumes, no issues. Okay, see how it behaves. Kind of again pulses. You can see the speed going down, and then again it reaches the 50. So there's some pulsing. I guess that's how it works, this cruise control. That's the way it works. But the cool thing is, I hit now one time up, but it has to actually accelerate. If it decelerates, it doesn't get the command. That's also interesting. So if I'm on the pulse side with up, so if it's currently on the pulse, it's accelerating, and I hit up, it understands me to go up with some amount, which I believe it's more than a mile per hour. But if it's not in up, okay, resume. This is what did resume, because I've hit up. So now I'm hitting up again. Now accelerates. Up again one time. Doesn't do anything because currently it decelerates. But when actually it accelerates, I believe it reached another stoplight. It's interesting. It does seems to be working, but it's just different working. Don't know if that's a great. It definitely increases with one tap, but it's not as accurate as the 626 is. So it's kind of trade-off, one versus the other. But at least for now, once I mounted it properly, I do not see any disconnections or any blinking cruise and not wanting to start. Everything seems proper, which is a good sign. Okay, let's see this time. Resume, it accelerates. I hit up, nothing happens. I hit up again, and now it accelerates. Yeah, it's actually about 1.5 kilometers per hour. I can agree with that. So I believe the VSS is working correctly. There is no difference between the signals. It's just how this logic works. It pulses the vehicle. It doesn't hold the speed. It pulses it, which I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be fuel efficient. Let's see the down. I hit once down. It actually goes down. I hit once down again. While accelerating, it doesn't do anything. I hit one down. It actually decelerates also. I'm happy. The thing that I wanted it to do, it does it. But this pulsing thing, I'm gonna check on it. I'll see how it does on the highway. I'll keep you posted in the comments, since this is not gonna be now. I don't know when. So I'll keep you posted in the comments with what happened on the highway. Thanks for watching. See you next.